I did a video a while back about my Polaroid 110A that has a Instax back, and this video is going to be on a similar camera, well, same model, but it's going to have a what's called a 600 SE back, which is interchangeable. And just in case you didn't see my other video, I'll kind of go over everything with you as though this is your first time. The camera opens up accordion style, pull it into place, and it is ready to, well, once you open the lens. It's got a built-in lens cap. It says Polaroid 110A. These Pathfinders were made in the 60s. And a lot of people use them for conversions because apparently you can change the infinity focus fairly easily. They used to take Polaroid that came in 2 rolls and combined, and inside and you tore it. They haven't made that film for a while. I'll go over just the camera operations first off. Everything is manual, so this normally comes with a silver looking shutter. I've had it just recently replaced, and I'll get to that too in a minute. But you set your shutter speed from 1/500th all the way to bulb. You have aperture f4.7 to an amazing 64. So like I said, this camera from the 60s came with a shutter that went up to, I think, 1/400th, and that's what I originally had on this camera, and I've just recently had these replaced. The original shutters, they're from the 60s, and even when you get them maintenance and cleaned, I noticed when I got mine in the cold weather, it tended to start acting up. So I've got more modern. This is called a Copal number 0 shutter. This is the same shutter they have on their pretty much the last Polaroid made. It's called the MP New 185. They cost a fortune if you look them out on eBay, but they have this exact Copal number 0 shutter, and of course they have a different lens than the 127. I think they have the 114. This has the original. This lens is original to this camera. It's a f127 Rodenstock, 4.7 aperture. And there's another camera that also uses this called the Konica Instant Press, I think is the name. It costs a fortune as well. And focusing is via this knob on the side. It moves the lens front and back. Alright, it's a tripod socket. How you take a shot, you cock it. I've got the dark slide in. I'll go into that in a second, so I can go ahead and take a shot. We'll set it to a slow speed just so you can kind of hear it do its thing. And yeah, let's see. There you go. So getting into the back, this has a 600 SE back, which is interchangeable, and I'll show that to you now. I've already taken a shot with this back, and I've got what's called the dark slide in. This opens up. You can see I've got the dark slide. That's why when I just took the shot, it really didn't matter. And 600 SE system they have a camera called a 600 SE, which I also own, and it's kind of a play off the Mamiya press locking system. It's got 2 nubs to where the Mamiya would have a solid piece here. But yeah, this is packed film roll, and I've already taken a shot, so we will see if I can get in the frame here and show you how it comes out. There you have it. And I can put that to the side. This is the back I'll be putting on it. I've got to go run and get some film. I forgot I didn't have any film in it, but I'll do that here in a second. It's called a CB-72. They also had model CB-70. These were made for medical equipment. Never really intended for a real camera. And they've been modified with a 600 SE bracket plate here by my camera builder. But yeah, they sell for a fortune now, even though the people selling them probably get them for free from stripped to medical equipment. Let me go run and get the film. I'll be right back. I'm back. We have some Polaroid 600 film here. This is happens to be a Urban Outfitters Special Edition, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and open it up. And I'm going to want to put the, this has a dark slide on it, and I'll probably mention that here in a little bit too, how you can, normally this would have a dark slide as well, but they've had to carve it down so much to get the film plane right that you can't utilize the dark side slot. So there is a way you can take these back off, and I'll get into that. But let me go ahead and put it on the camera. Just put it on there. Click these on either side. See if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. So I will put some film in now into the camera. Let's see. Take the old cartridge out, new cartridge in, all the way in. And as you notice, it doesn't pop out automatically because you have to, with this, you have to actually hit the eject button, get the dark slide out. And there she blows. Dark slide. I'm going to go shoot a picture with this camera real quick. I've been shooting pictures with the peel apart and my Instax just so you can have some comparisons, so I'll be back. I am back, and this is not the same cameras we had before. This is actually the model I have for that has an Instax back wide. This is model 210 back that's been put on this camera. I've already done a review of this camera. I just want to show it real quick because I've updated the shutter just like the other one with the Copal Zero. And this is the image we'll be comparing for the various shots. Yeah, so it's kind of cloudy and shady here at this point of the day. It was sunny earlier. Let's get back to the oh, and one thing I want to mention before we leave is why Instax works so well before we leave this camera is that it shoots, the image comes through the back. So normally if you're to use a integral on the back of this, the image comes through the front. Well, the lens flips it. So all your lettering's backwards, and the way the holder on the other camera sits, the image is actually upside down as well. That's just because of how the body has to go on there, the back. But as you can see on Instax, I don't know if you can see there in the corner, Texas, it's all readable. So this works really well for film that comes through the back. So here is where the actual review is of the 600 SE system. I've already taken a shot with this just a minute ago. We will go ahead and hit eject. Well, there it is, and it is going to, of course, go in a dark place, and we will be, let me turn upside down before I even take it out of there. We'll be right back. I'm back before it gets too dark. So we're letting that picture develop. You know, it takes a while with Polaroid original film. One thing I did mention about the dark slide, usually you could not take this off, but what you can do is you go in a dark room, you take the back off, and then you put in one of the dark slide on top of the other picture, and then, you know, when you turn on the lights, you're good as your Bob's your uncle. So that's what you can do. That way, you just got to make sure this is like the last pack you want to shoot of the day, because you're not going to be taking it off in the middle of the day. Let's take a look at the shot. It is still, it's looking pinkish. It will develop through all the way, but it is sharp, and it will eventually come right as long as I give it enough time. I'll put it back in its dark place. Just to show you peel apart, I used, actually I took this shot actually with the Andy Warhol Big Shot, just so you can get up crazy close up. And just since I know which side is right, there you go, of the headlights. with the flash. I also took a picture. You'll notice this is one of Lomo's new cameras. Kind of folds out almost like this camera that you swing it out. You can see how it's similar. Just way smaller, of course. And I took a shot with it. It's Instax, so it's built-in light meter. I did a good job. You can read here's the wide, which I did. I metered this. Probably a little dark, but I kind of like the darkness. This is just the auto. It was probably kind of thrown off a bit by the white behind there, you know, backlit sort of. But it was, it's dusk here now, so it did a good job. I don't think the flash, I didn't see where the flash went off, so I don't think it did. It was on automatic. Yeah, so that's it. I will be doing another review of the 600 SE, which is a big box camera, which all this system's based off of. And the great thing about these is you can also use 120 film backs that fit these. Shoot 6x9, which is a crazy size negative. Usually people are happy with 6x7. So yeah, that's it.